Watch me flex my flow, you'll be the next to know. Spit it hot flambeau, swing them bars like whoa. Grab the remote control, must have called a million times, I'm on the other side, hello. Better watch that stream, caught up in the tractor beam. Scrub that beat with bleach, so when I hit it, bro, I spit it clean. Burn it now, have to turn the furnace down. Y'all don't want this beef, I hit them with a holy cow. Hit them with the verse, got them thinking wow. This ain't a game, kid, why you play around? This that ill spit, them bars are so sick. I'll shock the whole world in a phylactic. Every single time I spit another rhyme, the planets all aligned so bright I blind them with my shine. Bro, I'm designed to make your confidence decline. Every line about to blow like stepping on a landmine. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh man, welcome to episode 71. Sorry, 71. I can't believe it's been 71 episodes so far, and we have a lot to talk about tonight. We have PNB, we got the Canadian on-road Nats, we got everybody gearing up for the 2024 off-road racing season, and you know what? We should get right into it. So I feel that we should start off with the Canadian on-road Nats. Now, the Canadian on-road Nats had quite a few entries. I was really impressed. 350 entries, 349 to be exact. And I heard that there was some pretty good racing. I know that the top dogs in the modified class were definitely showing off what they could do. Now, who was some of the top dogs in the Canadian Nats? Well, let's find out. So 12 scale modified, one of the fastest classes of the weekend. And Alexander Hagberg came from Europe to compete against all the Canadians. He is definitely super fast and one of those pretty fast coming over, trying to beat both Canadians, Kevin and Douglas. So the Barnyard Outdoor warm-up race is coming up in the next week or weekend for me and my dad. Super cool, Noah. I can't wait to check out your new, I guess, 6 scale short course, UDR. That thing looks amazing. Jay, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. So racing here in the 12 scale modified class was Alexander Hagberg, Kevin Hebert, and Douglas Schufeld. Those three right there are ridiculously fast. But I also have to give a huge shout out to my boy Brandon. Brandon winning the B main. Like, that's pretty freaking sick. Hey, Greg, how's it going? Thanks for helping out Andy with the bearings. John, man. Hey, Gavin. Hopefully you are watching too, bud. But, yeah, so one of the things I wanted to say was Brett Morrow. He is going to be flying this year. And Douglas, man, no slouch. So we'll get into the 12 scale here. You got Andrew Knapp, Jared Barden, which Team Teakin, got to say hi to him. Brian Wynn, Leonard, I can't say his last name. Sorry, bud. And Jeff Dagger. So 12 scale super stock. You got Tom Fershing, Jeff DeGeyer, Andrew Knapp again, Jared Barden, and Ryan Coben. Formula One, won by S-Works last year, by the way. You got Jeff Dagger in the number 1 spot, Sean Theron in the number 2, Max Travari in the number 3, Colton Vogel. Awesome job, Colton. Colton is one of the kids that I've been watching come up in the RC thing for sure, and he has been dynamite. So definitely happy to see Colton doing well at the Canadian Nats. And you got Daniel Theron rounding out the top 5. Going to the GT12, which is one of the bigger classes, you got Brandon Schaller, just killing it. Taking the win over Tom. You got Adam Hutchison, old school guy. I met him up at Lou Vanderway Speedway back in the day. So definitely super cool there. You got Carlo Roman, and you got Esteban Picard rounding out the top 5. So next up, we'll go to the World GTR. You got Jeremy DeMarco, Kenny Thornton, Mike Schott, Daniel Thurman, and Frank Calandra. These guys always have so much fun battling back and forth, especially Kenny. Kenny is awesome in the pits. If you haven't met him, you definitely have to go out and say hi. So up next, you have the USVTA, which is another old school class. Definitely a lot of fun there. So you got Jeremy DeMarco taking the top spot, Brian Wynn in the number 2, Darren Stoner, awesome dude as well. Met him last time at the event, and always awesome to see him doing well. Brad Stewart and Daniel Theron rounding out the top 5. Now, USGT. You got Dave Johnson all the way from the States, and his buddy Alston Kelso in the number 2, Martin LeCure, Adam Hutchison, and Martin Burgeon. I think USGT was the biggest class there. If it wasn't that, it might have been the GT12, but definitely a lot of heavy hitters in the USGT class for sure. Now, the stock touring class, you got Dave Johnson again, Bryce Fischetti, which is the promoter's kid. So awesome to see Bryce. I know he's a hockey superstar, so it's cool to see him still being able to pull the trigger. You got Patrick St. Germain, and then you got Michael Zufelt and Max Treveri again. Touring pure stock. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm guessing it is, I want to say 21.5 instead of the 17.5, but don't quote me on that. I was unfortunately not there. So you got Patrick St. Germain in the number 1 spot, Kenny Thornton in the 2, Jeremy DeMarco in the 3, Brian Wynn in the 4, and Todd Bigelow rounding out. Oh, thank you, Rob. I appreciate that, bud. So pure stock is 25.5. So I'm guessing touring stock is probably 17.5 there for those guys then. And then we'll get into the biggest, baddest class of them all, the touring mod. Man, Canadians taking the win over the Europeans, and it was nice to see. Oh, wow. So stock there was 21.5, pure stock 25.5. So good. Thank you, Rob. Man, Rob is the on-road god in our area, and he is the only one that keeps anybody honest coming out to our local events. So super cool. Thank you for chiming in. So number 1, Kevin Hebert. Kevin X-Ray, he's been killing it in a lot of the events lately. Douglas Schufelt, he's the kid that we're all rooting for to be Canada's number 1 driver, and he is right on the cusp of being that kid. Well, young gentleman now. He is definitely awesome to watch. Alexander Hagberg coming all the way from the States, and look at Barrett Morrow. Barrett Morrow is no joke. He has been on the uptick in a big way. Rounding out the top 5, you got Bryce, and obviously Bryce has been putting it together. Awesome to see. And I got to give a shout out and prop to Lou Vanderway, hanging with all these kids, because Lou is definitely my age, and he is the reason why I enjoyed my touring car back in the day. And in fact, he had one of the best backyard tracks you have ever seen. So crazy event, 350 entries, and definitely a good time had by all. So what other big events were going on that weekend? Let me think. Could it have been the PNB? The Psycho Nitro Challenge did not disappoint. Yeah. Oh, Brandon, thank you for tuning in. awesome run in mod 12 scale. I seen you definitely did good in the B main. I'm not sure how you finished in the B main, so if you can comment that, Brandon, that would be awesome. And yeah, so now that we know that the on-road season is coming to an end, everybody is gearing up for the outdoor off-road season. Well, I was fortunate enough to go to PMB with my son Robbie and Johnny Rocket, and oh my God, it was definitely one of those trips that you, man, I don't even know how to say it. Like, you show up and you set up, you get ready, and then it is just boom, 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 boom. It is rocket rounds. It is so fast, so crazy, so psycho that they had to put it in the name. But they don't call it Psycho Nitro for a reason. There was 900 and something. Let me get the final tally here. I will pull it up right now. So 920 entries. Like, it is just redonkulous to see that. And we're not gonna go super deep into the Psycho Nitro stuff because we are only gonna do the pro events because, man, that is what everybody was trying to do. And we have to give away something as well. So whoever was the closest in our little challenge, getting the top 3 in Pro Nitro Buggy, you will win a Cow RC prize package, compliments of Ross Racing, and yeah, we will dive right in. So first up, we are going to do the Pro Electric Buggy, and man, the S-Works buggies with the new Evo platform is basically looking dialed. They have gone from 3 events now and have definitely laid a mark so far in 2024. They seem to be the chassis to beat, and just luckily that I'm along for the ride. So you got Mason Fuller taking the top spot, his first win with the S-Works chassis. You got B Rose, my boy. He was flying, man. Number 2. And if you didn't watch the A main race, you got to check it out. It was a pure 10 minutes of back-to-back wing to nose racing with B Rose and Fuller. I think B Rose is being super nice to him. Yeah, Kat, the footage was awesome. I just have to see who won the prize for the pro event. You got Jonah Wilson backing it up, being the top AE driver, which was really cool because he's the young gun there in the AE camp. Then you got Dakota Fenn, always ridiculously fast. And then you got Spencer Rifkin rounding out the top 5 in the Pro Electric Buggy. Now, in the Open E-Truggy, you got Ryan Lutz taking the win over S-Works Mason Fuller. Then you got Feet Long, which was awesome to see him doing it. And basically 2 K-Truggies up in the top 5 spots. It was super cool. But yeah, the drone footage was so cool. If you haven't seen it, I will put the links up just so everybody has those links so they can go and check out all the A main racing action. You got Gavlin Givler in the number 5 spot. So definitely a pretty cool showing for all those. Then next up, we got the Pro Nitro Truggy. You got 2 Technos taking the top spot, Ryan Mayfield and Seth Van Dalen battling with Dakota Fenn up until the last minute, like literally so super close between those two. Obviously, Mayfield pulled away a little bit. Ryan Lutz in the 4 and Mason Fuller rounded out the top 5 in Pro Nitro Truggy. And it was another good event there for that one as well. So let's roll into the big class. Obviously, Ryan Mayfield. Oh my God. Seeing how that guy runs in person was epic. Ryan Mayfield is no joke. Now that he's got 1 year on the Techno chassis, they're starting to make changes that better suit his driving style and ability. And it's going to be lights out for everybody else unless they start trying new things, which I saw Dakota Fenn trying a few different prototype parts that he was running, and it was super cool to see because he put in a good showing. If you didn't see the battle between Dakota Fenn and Ryan Mayfield in the Pro Nitro buggy, you guys missed the most iconic epic race of all the PMB weekend. It was one of those races that everybody, you'll hear the crowd cheering when they're passing and battling back and forth. So you got Seth Van Dalen in the number 3 spot. So an awesome weekend for Seth as well. Another good showing for Spencer Rifkin. And then Mason Fuller was probably the best one in S-Works camp, other than Nathan Ross, obviously. But it was pretty sick. Fenn's pass on the second last lap was epic. And yeah, it was like he made the pass and forgot where he was at on the track. It was, I'm telling you, if you miss the Nitro A main, you got to go back and check it out. I'm not sure who exactly won, but I'm guessing whoever had Ryan Mayfield and Dakota in the right spot might have gotten the prize. I will make sure I post that up. I'm going to be giving away a Cal RC mouse pad. It is so super cool. The graphics and everything on it are mint. I'm using mine right now, which you will definitely enjoy in your pits or in your home pits, whatever you want. But the Nitro Pro Buggy main, watching the top drivers battle it out for 45, or you know what? I think it was only a half hour. I think they cut it down because of the entries. So I'm thinking it might have just been a half hour. But watching these guys battle it out for a half hour straight, they were flying. Like, I can't believe their motors didn't blow up down the straights. They were leaning stuff out. Their fuel economy was amazing, and no failures. So definitely one of those races you have to check out. And speaking of good finishes, I'm gonna bring it up because obviously I was so super proud of what these kids could do, and we're gonna pull it back up on the screen. So this one had, oh man, we'll scroll all the way down. We'll see here. So 83 entries, and my son finished 17th overall. So I was a super proud dad. He drove his ass off to get into the A main, and unfortunately got taken out in the A main and was only able to get 11 laps with his whole front suspension smashed in and not working. So he was definitely on pace to finish inside the top 5, but that's why they call it racing and not winning. But definitely super cool. So we'll go here. And what race was that, bud? 36 that you won?
Oh, 36, I think.
40. So Nathan Ross in the number 1 spot. So we'll go to his laps here and show it up. No, don't do anything else with that. So he's got 95% consistency, 43 second lap times. And if you look, it was pretty darn close, except for his last lap, which was awesome because he had a victory lap, which is unheard of. So he was the only one on the 14 lap pace. So you know how proud, like, he actually brought me to tears. I'm going to upload the video to YouTube because I can't do it on Facebook because it's a full 10 minute, but you'll hear me screaming and yelling and excited and not excited. And what place is he in? I'm all over the map trying to record him. And man, it's one of those videos that's going to definitely be in the Ross Racing archive for sure. But man, he made me so freaking happy. I couldn't be more proud of what he was able to accomplish. But speaking of PMB, you might see a theme here. We got the mag brake poster in the back or banner, and we got the mag brake hat. I'm going to bring up this right here. And what we have here is the mag brake. I was lucky enough to test it out, and I got to say, I'm super excited. I can't wait for all the Canadians to get their opportunity to try it May 4th out at John's track. You guys been watching? You guys been seeing? Oh, man. Yeah. So you guys have been seeing John. He's been modifying the track like crazy, getting it ready for these nitro breathing monsters, 8-scale buggy action coming to John's track. And this mag brake is a completely new concept. It is awesome. You get to actually program it via an app. The app was amazing. I was able to connect and show it off at PMB real time, and a lot of people came by. Typically, I get a lot of traffic just for the Cow RC goodies. I had the new blaster in the pits. We had the power wash, obviously a huge staple, and the Cow RC tire wash. Those things are obviously awesome items to have in and around the pits, and typically what I get most of my attention from. But this time, mag brake from ProStar took the cake. And what is it exactly? Let me just back up here and show you guys. Now, the mag brake is completely new. And this one is the older style, which is the 2-wire. He now has the wireless setup and magnetics, which, oh, man, like for how well this one worked, it was already amazing. The thing with the wireless ones is it's going to actually be a lot more user-friendly when installing it into any 8-scale buggy. Another thing that we found out during testing with S-Works is the S-Works one bolts right into the Sparco. So the one question that I got asked quite a bit was, how good were the brakes and how was the feel on the track? Well, I felt like it was a huge difference. I didn't have to adjust the knobs. I didn't have to go in there and play with the linkages. I didn't have to get that all perfect. There is no more linkages. All I had to do was just connect to my app. I had to change the brake bias. I had to change a little bit of the brake strength, and it was dialed. Now, I got to go out and just try it with the feel on the controller. I did make a few changes, and the cool thing is you're able to share your setups for particular tracks. Not only that, you can actually save different programs for each track that you visit. So if you have something dialed in really good, you save that profile and you can call it up a little bit later. Another awesome option with the mag brake. Now, one of the cool things about the mag brake that I really liked as well was it didn't pull any more milliamps from my battery, because I'm not going to lie, I was worried about it. I even messaged the owner himself, and I was kind of like, hey, like, what's the battery? Should I get a bigger milliamp receiver pack, this, that, and the other? He's like, you try it and you let me know. And so far, man, maybe 117 more milliamp, and I didn't make the A main or anything like that, but I did get to run a 15-minute run, and charging with that one compared to what Robbie did, it was almost like maybe 117-ish milliamp different, because he was running my other nitro buggy. This one's a demo one that I built up just to make sure. everybody has an opportunity to try the mag brake for themselves. I know just talking about it isn't going to be enough to sell it. I want you guys to try it. So come to see me if you're at Spark, if you're at John's track at O Town, if you're at the Barnyard, if you're at Crestwood, if you're at 929, if you're at RC400, if you're at Skycraft, any of those tracks that I'm going to visit, I want you to come by the Ross Racing Pits, check this bad boy out, and not only check it out, I want you to try it for yourself. And you guys can see we got the dialed RC Hobbies tires. They are going to be new for Ross Racing in 2024. So I'm super excited that Gene gave us the opportunity to run for them. And I'm telling you guys, we're going to let you guys go out there and try this stuff for yourself. So I have my own personal nitro buggy that I'll keep completely separate because I'll probably break it in between rounds. And then we'll keep this one for demo purposes. But I do know that he is going to be sending me the updated top hat and magnets, so it'll be completely wireless in the other setup. So definitely swing by the Ross Racing Pits to check that out. Man, it is so super cool, and one of those things that I'm looking forward to sharing with all of my racing buddies and locals around here, because man, in the States, they were definitely interested about how it works, the nuts and bolts, the app, how easy it was to connect. All those things, I want you to come and see it for yourself, because, man, the proof is in the pudding, and being able to get in on the ground and working up with MagBrake is going to be epic. I believe it's one of those products that's going to change the game for sure. So definitely swing by, check it out, see what you think, and you know what? Try it for yourself. That's all I can say. It's going to be super cool. One of those innovative things. And yeah, I definitely am excited to share it with you guys. Now, another thing that I wanted to bring up is this right here. So, Till Billy RC. If you haven't heard about it, obviously I live in Tilbury, so I want to make sure that this track is a huge success. So already they have their indoor track running. The indoor track is actually going to be hosting a figure 8 race, and it's awesome that he's doing something completely different. So let me just scroll down here. So this is the fleet and everything getting ready. I already claimed the red and black short course, but this is the figure 8, and it is going to be pretty cool. It's on 420. There's all the information, and it's one of those events that is definitely going to be fun. And let's face it, if you're into RC and you're not having fun, maybe it's not the hobby for you, because you know what? This is thinking outside of the box, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So obviously it's a $25 entry fee. You can pay online once you get there. They give a couple examples. Basically, it just has to be a 2-wheel drive vehicle, non-aluminum. So basically anything goes. Any 10 scale ready to run original 2-wheel drive RC, no crawlers and no 4-wheel drive. You got to have all your original plastic body and Proline Lexan bodies permitted. No hard plastic bodies, which you wouldn't want in a figure 8 race anyways. They got a 5200 milliamp max, which is perfectly fine. I believe that's the Mud Boss rules as well. If not, that's basically what I would envision is going to be the way to go for that. And any hit is a legal hit, straightaways, crisscross, while passing from behind, whatever it takes. Now, the one thing that I'm wondering is marshals and how they're going to do that, but definitely going to be super fun. And I'm looking forward to trying it out. So Till Billy RC 2024, I'm pushing him big time to finish off the big track and get that ready for the 2024 season. We also have somebody that's willing to come out and build the track. So that's going to be awesome as well. And we're going to see how it goes. But definitely going to be awesome to come out and do a little figure 8 racing. So all I wanted to do was just check in, talk about the mag break, talk about PMB, and talk about the Canadian on-road Nats. I was trying to get Douglas Schufeld on board, but he has a big test this weekend. So obviously he had to focus on that. And I wish him the best of luck because you know what? RC is a hobby and he's doing the right thing and taking school seriously. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him again live, and we'll get him back on board later. Other than that, Stefan, what's up, buddy? New Brunswick. Definitely looking forward to seeing everybody. Man, the season is so freaking close. I can taste it. So I am going to check out. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Bye for now.